Hello everybody, my name is Ivan and I'm an engineer student with Embry-Riddle, and today we're actually working with an alarm system in conjunction with a motion sensor. So let's get started. So basically we have our VI on Labview. This is the system that we're actually working. We're going to be working with today. So just to give you a little bit of explanation and give me some kind of a little bit of headache, I should say, when with my two DAC assistants. Okay, so we got our simulated signal. This is what is basically gonna, let me open it up so you can give you an idea. So this is what creates that signal that is coming out of your DAC. Your DAC is this system that is right here. Okay, your my DAC. So we kept this signal type assigned 500, and we're building 44,100 samples per second in hertz. We kept all this as normal, okay? But something that when you start working on this VI that you need to make sure is that it's connected to your actual DAC, okay? For example, this number 2 one, when I used to open it in details, it was giving me a depth 6. So that means that it's actually not detecting your my DAC. Mine is depth number 1, as you can see over here. So what I had to do is that when I connected my DAC itself, I had to delete all the digital 1s and digital O's that was over here. That's what it used to appear, and deleted it. So when you hit the plus button, you can see all the port lines that is coming out of your DAC. So I detected number 0 because this is how our DAC is connected to our motion sensor. Okay, so samples is 1 sample on demand, and samples 3 is 100. You just keep it as it is when it loads. Okay, it's loading right here. Just wait for a second. And we got our DAC assistant. This is our main one. Okay, this is gonna be our main one, and when I say that is because this one is the actual one that is going to be doing the actual main output. This is what is going to create that sound of the alarm that we're going to hear later on. So same scenario, I had to delete all the channels that was here and basically add in voltage, and I just added the output left and output right. Okay, so you're gonna hear output left, output right because it's coming out of you, basically out of your headphones or speaker that you're actually doing. So you need both of them, right? So output number 2 is for left, voltage output is going to be number 3 is going to be for my right. Okay, that's the same thing as a sine wave, just like you saw previously on the signal output. Okay, your signal output range is going to be 2 maximum and 2 minimum for the volts. Okay, this is going to happen for both of these channels. The samples are going to be in, and this is already preset by the my DAC. Okay, so we're going to hit OK there, and it's going to start loading once again. It's just building. All right, so it already created that. So as you can see, it is only giving that data. Okay, that data is basically what is going to be building out of this DAC assistant. Okay, so we're going to close this. I stretched it out because I was working on the second part of this project, but I had to delete a bunch of stuff, so I had to go back and get to it. So your stop button is what it creates on the actual front panel. The allowance frequency is at 800. That's preset. The motion detector is you have a light. Now the millisecond timer value. So part of our project is to have a 30-second delayed, okay, 30-second delay when it actually sets off the alarm if it detects motion. All right, so 30 seconds in milliseconds is 30,000. So we're gonna put 30,000 in there if I'm correct. Okay, and I'm gonna show you on my timer because I got my cell phone already here set up for timer. That way I can explain it a little bit better. But how does this work? Basically, millisecond timer value. So I added, if you go to timing here in the functions, you right click on your block diagram, you hit timing, and then you had the wait and milliseconds. Okay, That's where it creates that. Now, when you right click on that, you have to create basically a control, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So it's a control, all right? You create that control, it's basically what is going to be able to give you that, basically you're going to be able to put that value that you want for the whole thing to actually work out, okay? So we're going to delete that one. And you have your home and stop button, okay? So we have an index array, right? And this is basically for, we're going to be using this later on everything that we're actually doing, and it indicates the motion after everything gets completed, okay? If you hit this little light bulb and you actually hit this, you can see how everything is basically working, okay? You can see a little bit of motions and all that stuff, how everything's working, and it goes. And this usually happens, I don't know why my DAC is or Labview is doing that, but it tends to disappear for some reason, okay? So if we hit our motion sensor, and I'm going to explain how this all stuff is built, we're going to stop this, and you can see it still disappear. We're not going to pay attention to that because I don't know why the system is doing that. But let's go back to how the DAC is built over here, okay? So my DAC is connected to the computer, and I got a speaker, right? In this case, I got my gamer headphones over here because they're pretty loud. They got high pitch instead of the Apple headphones. I got them to the output out, not in, because I'm not giving any frequency in. I'm basically trying to hear the sound that is coming out of this thing. Okay, so we got our positive on the 15 volts. Okay, we got our black one on the ground, and we got our yellow one, the IO, on 0. And as you can see, I told you guys when on the output signal itself is basically connected to the 0. Okay, how you connect it to your DAC, and you got basically 7 channels over here, including our ground, and at 5 volts. Okay, so we're not touching any of those except for the 0. Now for the motion sensor, how do you connect this? Okay, so the motion sensor, you're like, okay, how do you know how to connect those cables? But if I can focus, as you can see, that part right here, it has the plus 5 volts. You have your output and you got your ground. Normally when you get this kind of devices, you never we got, you know, to adjust the resistors there, but we're not going to touch that, okay? And that's basically how to detect the motion. This is what allows the sensitivity and the timing itself, how we can adjust that, okay? I just left it as it is, and I'm controlling more for the actual DAC itself, but just to let you know that you can actually create some timing delay or sensitivity from the actual sensor itself from those two things, okay? But going back to the connection itself and how I did it is that when you get this, you normally don't tend to read, and we can actually mess up the cables because, as you can see, they're all still kind of the same, and when you connect it, you can connect it wrong, okay? So let's go ahead and put that back. We're going to put the 5 volt towards the left side since we already know that. Sorry about the video. And I'm going to put my phone down. Put my phone down over here while I'm connecting this, okay? So we got those cables, and we're going to put the right one to that left side, red, yellow, and black. 5 volt, ground, and signal, okay? All right, so now that we got that already set up and I got it all explained, let's see how this stuff works, okay? So right now we're gonna take the 30 seconds out of it because this is what's for the second part of our project. I'm gonna delete that, and we're gonna hit play, and now we're gonna put our arm right next to that sensor, and you're gonna hear the beep. Okay, we hear that, okay? It's because it's detecting my motion from my arm. All right, so, oh man, it didn't delete that. Let's go ahead and put that 0. Okay, we actually detected that real quick. We're gonna stop this right here. We're gonna turn off the alarm, and we're gonna try that again. Okay, so right now we got no milliseconds or anything like that. As you can see, it's going a little bit crazy over there. is doing its thing, and it basically erased it again. But we need to, it's creating some trouble over here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna move this out of the way. So that's probably what is causing that. And then we're gonna put this back in. Okay, so now it's not part of it. So let's hit play, turn this off. All right, so now it's continuously detecting what I'm actually doing over here. Okay, you can hear that, it's pretty loud. So we're gonna stop it because it's gonna continuously keep doing that. All right, so we're gonna stop that, and now we're bringing the milliseconds in here with the timer. We're bringing it back into our block. All right, we're gonna turn that off. We're gonna put this to 30,000. All right, and now we're gonna test it again, and we're gonna set up our timer to detect our 30 seconds. Okay, so I'm gonna set this up right here. All right, perfect. And I'm gonna click this, and I'm gonna click the start button at the same time. Like that. So right now it's reading those 30 seconds, and I'm gonna keep my arm right next to the motion sensor. As you can see, it's not detecting anything because it's giving that time delay. I'm supposed to exit the room so that way you can see that those 30 seconds is working so far. Not doing anything, it's not stopping it. As you can see, 30 seconds, it detected the motion. 30 seconds after, detected the motion. Okay, so that's what it is for this part of the project. We wanted to make sure that our alarm system is working. Okay, and we need to create a delay of 30 seconds. That way we can exit the room, but I just stay here and show you 30 seconds, and it's still running. As you can see, 30 seconds after, it's gonna detect it again. Here we go. There you go. 30 seconds after that. All right. Well, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Have a nice day. Bye.